What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So today is another one of them days where something comes out of the blue and absolutely blows me away. This is Moto Sandbox, created by Ruubs, and it's a supercross and motocross training facility, which is in real life for pros and non-pros as well. And it's in Florida, of course, from all of the whitish sand that you see around. And there are 8 raceable tracks in total. They've got 5 MX tracks and 3 SS tracks, all in varying different layouts. They kind of use parts of each other and so on. And this has been a project that has taken Ruubs over 2 years now. He's been working on it on and off, and he'd like to thank JV for giving him the motivation to finally finish and release it for everybody. So massive thanks for Ruubs for doing this. Hope you enjoy the video. So I'm going to start us off here on the full loop, just because it's the longest Nationals MX track, that the longest layout that it has to offer, and it will really make us cover the entirety of the Nationals section. I'll probably throw it up on screen real quick so you can see exactly what parts of the track this loop does cover. However, I'm really excited to see how the road forms around this place, because I've heard nothing but good things, and I've been told that it has all been built with erode in mind, and apparently Beta 18 has done a very, very good job of helping with that. I've also been told that it actually looks and feels really good in the rain as well. What I want to do is, apparently there's a swamp loop at the very, very end, once I've kind of done everything else. I think I'm just going to load up the swamp loop in the rain and see just how it looks, because I do love a good mudder on this game. I really do enjoy it, and let's be honest, the amount of content that you've got out of this one track with 7 different track layouts, I hope that there's going to be some races around here, especially with playing Ruubs tracks in the past and seeing how they've eroded. Southwick Groomed is a very good example of that. Obviously it's probably made a little bit differently just because the erode in the game was different back then, but I'm sure it's just as fun and exciting for you guys to rip around. If you, for example, don't want to go for it down the paid track route, go and play Southwick Groomed a little bit as well, and I'm sure you'll do that. And I feel like a lot of people have never played it. I don't know if it's on MXB mods. I always used to download it from the forums, but I'm sure if you just go on Google and type in MX Bikes Southwick Groomed, I'm sure it will come up. It will be a-okay. Now, I've rode the 250 today, and I thought that was probably going to be the best decision. Just looking at the pictures and the overview of the track, I thought the 450 might be a little bit overkill, and I feel like I've made the right choice already, because I'm going over some of these jumps. This is all a first impression, by the way. I've spun a total of 0 laps around here so far. I'm going over jumps and just scrubbing an amount that feels right, and I seem to be downsiding most things perfectly, and that to me, already off the bat, is such a good sign for a track. It really does show that there's been a lot of time and effort put into making everything flow correctly. Now, Ruubs has spent, he says, 2 years on and off working on this track, which is just unfathomable to me. Like, I've been playing the game for 2 years, and this man's been sitting here working on a track for 2 years. Although I did say it was on and off, and I actually think, well, he said himself that JV gave him the motivation to get it finished again, and I think it purely must be with the release of Baker's Factory that he decided to do this, because the tracks themselves, they have such a similar feel, both being tracks from Florida. So, up and over that. Oh, that's a little bit of a tricky section. I'm sure that you can do that all in 2 jumps. Oh my god, send the ambulance out. Jesus Christ. Now, I myself, I've never seen any like proper onboard footage of this place IRL. If any of you guys have been fortunate enough to ride there, because I know it's like a training facility, let me know what you think just off these first impressions. I'm such a fanboy of appearances in this game. Anything that looks amazing, in my opinion, will just feel amazing as well. And that is exactly the reason why I've taken the Max HUD off the screen, because I just want to experience a bit of raw gameplay, a bit of raw footage. Turn. There we go, and see how it goes. So that's a full loop. That lap wasn't as long as I thought it would be, since it does cover the span of the facility. But there was nothing in there that I thought, oh, I don't really like that. It was all enjoyable. Thank you, Proposo. Let's just tuck the front end. Oh my god. And I think did I crash on that first lap? I don't think I crashed at all on that first lap. I've only crashed on going into the second one. So far so good. I've got the road on 2.5. Now, me just riding around this by myself, and it being a long track, you're probably not going to see much on the deformation side of things in this video. However, I think this is going to be one of them tracks that I'm just never going to reset. I'm just going to let the road continue building up time and time again every time I play it. And I keep having to look up at the map as well to make sure that I know where I'm going. Right-hander here. And you'll have to excuse if I'm riding a little bit wobbly as well. I'm kind of in a bit of a bike... I was going to say bike life crisis over play on like midlife, but I don't do bike life whatsoever. I'm in a bit of a crisis at the moment, bikes, where I've been feeling so terrible on the game. I've gone to the extent now of I'm just messing around with my settings. So I'm messing with like my lean and my gain and press and release and all that good stuff. So excuse if I'm riding a little bit strange, a little bit wobbly. It happens when changing settings, and if I do find something that I'm really comfortable with, I for sure will give you guys a new setup video. So I think that will be very, very beneficial for some people, very enjoyable, and that's... I don't know what it is. I don't know what's caused me to start riding so strange recently. Charlie feels the same way. He feels like ever since Beta 18 dropped, he hasn't been playing the game as well as he used to, but I mean, unless there's some secret thing in Beta 18 that no one knew about, I don't think anything's changed. And let's be honest, all the races that I've been doing recently, I've been getting smoked by people, so it's not just a game-wide thing, it's just me. It is a skill issue. I know I go on about skill issues all the time. Oh, but it sucks to suck. I can say I wish I was playing a little bit better, because then I feel like I can do tracks some more justice. Resend this? I think this was a big one last time. Yes. Alright, okay, so then it's in 2 or 3 corners time, I think is that more rhythm section like jump. It's such a nice layout, by the way. It's very, very smooth. And going back to what Ruubs said about it kind of catering to all skill levels, 100% agree. I think he's done a very, very good job on that. I think the beginners to the game could quite easily hop on this and just run smooth, consistent laps, and then I think the quote-unquote pro people would have a very, very fun time just trying to run as fast laps as possible. That is such a nice floaty section. I'm a big fan of that. Also a big fan of jumping off the track in the same place 2 laps in a row. God damn it. And I'm very, very excited to... oh, please stay on the track. Please stay on the track. Thank you. Very, very excited to give these Supercross tracks a go in a bit, because Supercross is around the corner. You know, it's coming. It's getting closer and closer and closer. Please, Lynn, stop getting distracted by talking and actually stay on the track. I suppose this might be the first time that the white, let's call them pigeon stains, on my handguards from this model might make sense, where the sand around here is so light, but it kind of switches up, doesn't it? Various soil types around here. I'm trying to take the same line both times to see just how deep it does get. I mean, on the start straight here, there's not much of it at all, but I believe it's purely for the reason that you're on the throttle the entire time, rather than getting off and back onto it. Try this inside, or the middle one down here that I took earlier. Oh, yeah, oh, you know what? I can see that getting pretty deep already. I've done 2 passes of this on 2.5 road, and it does already be digging down. I'm a big, big fan of this. I might put this on my server. Honestly might, just to give it some love and get some people on it. I know that people might disagree with that, since people prefer having all the free tracks on the servers, but I might throw this in there just in terms of like open practice and just see how brutal it can get, see how many people we can get in there as well. I've also been tempting to live stream tonight, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. I could do this, I could not. I'm a very indecisive person, but one thing is for sure, I'm going to be spending a hell of a lot of time riding around it, because I'm having a lot of fun right now. Oh my sweet lord. I didn't know, I really didn't know it was coming out today either. Ruubs just kind of released it out of nowhere, and then I was scrolling through one of the various Discords I'm in, and it was just like, oh, congratulations on the track release. Oh, God, I can't talk. Ruubs. So, hopped on MXB shop, bang, what do you know, it's right there. If any of you keen-eyed viewers know as well, in my Beta 18 video is finally here. Beta 18 is finally here video. What's wrong with me today? I actually showed a quick screenshot, and that was from this track of the road that you can build up if you just keep spinning lap after lap. Now, I think I'll probably do it most justice if I keep taking different lines so you can see the individual ruts that are forming. But if I do that, I'm sure we'll probably be here all day long, get on the brakes. And one thing that I kind of want to do, especially when it comes to these like massive compounds with, say, more than 3 tracks, I don't want to spread it out over multiple videos, because I feel like that's just being extra view hungry and making you guys wait for one. I don't want the videos to be like an hour long. So what I'm thinking is I don't cover every single aspect. I cover some bits here and there that I've chosen, and then it's kind of up to you guys to go and explore the rest of it. And I suppose it's more more fun that way because you get a little glimpse of it, you get a little hint of what the track's like, and then when you go and try it out for yourself, it's not all spoiled for you. You get to go and have a little bit of fun, which is why I've decided to do it this way, where I'm doing one of the MX layouts, which is the biggest one, so I feel like it covers most parts, and just going and doing like I think 2 of the SX layouts. I believe it's 2 tracks, and you can get a 3rd layout from an extra little Daytona section. Very, very similar to the one that's on the Baker's factory that JV made, where one of the tracks doubles up as 2 with a little extended area. Right, slow down this time. There we go. Oh, so it's so nice. It flows so well when you don't absolutely wad yourself and jump into the back of an ambulance. I can't get my head around how fast some of these bits are. Oh my god. And then we've got to slow down here, jump to the left. There we go. It's only taken me 3 laps. Oh, I'd prefer just to go around the track in one go and do it all absolutely perfectly. That's the finish line there. Actually, no, the pit bull doesn't come out where the finish line is, does it? Not too sure. Oh, that's the finish line there. I mean, if it wasn't obvious enough. It's the one with checkered flags all over it. That's usually a good idea. Which one of the SX tracks do I want to do first? Eeny, meeny, miny, oh. I want to do the white sand one first. Although I don't know if I should do this on a 450 or stick on the 2. I'm going to stick on the 2. I feel like the scaling's probably all made to be a little bit on the more 1x1 side, so I'll stick on the 250 and see how it feels. And again, it looks very, very nice. I'm a big fan of the... should we call it white sand? Yeah, I'm a big fan of the white sand. I do really, really enjoy it. Interesting to see what a bunch of laps on this track looks like when you get the road involved as well. Wow, God, these are very, very peaky whoops. Peaky blinders, peaky whoops. Love it. Really, really nice. It's strange because they look very intimidating as you're riding up to them, but when you get on top of them, you manage to skim your way through all the way. It's not like the front end suddenly dips down and you flying over the bars. So again, very good job building those. Right, where does this start straight end up going? And it goes through to here, I believe. Lovely. Yes, right. Ignore me. Momentary lapse of concentration. I am an absolute idiot. This is why I probably should have closed out, shouldn't I, and reloaded the track itself, so I've got the actual track map screen that I'm going to be using. But I thought that I had a bigger brain than that, but clearly not. I am big Dumbo. These ones seem to be the more difficult of the 2 so far, but again, I'm not sure if it's just the stock Yami suspension or what, but it seems to be able to hold its own quite nicely through and not getting bucked around too much. Always a fan of a Dragon's Back. And a little tip for you guys on Dragon's Backs, if you find yourself having a lot of grief, is a lot of the time it's best just to not really do any leaning at all, forwards or back. I find if you just let the bike dance around underneath you and do its own thing, more often than not, you tend to come out pretty unscathed. Really nice flowy track, by the way. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It all flows together super, super nice. And I've not played a Ruubs Supercross track since his Daytona track that he released ages ago. Well, I can't remember how long ago that was now. Yeah, that's the last Supercross track from him that I played. And then before that, I think he's got some of the most detailed Supercross tracks in the game. He's done, I think it was round 1 and round 2 of the 2020 season? 20 or 2020, it's either 20 or 21, I want to say. But I don't want to get my facts completely wrong, because I feel like I do that quite a lot. I end up waffling and then saying things that are completely inaccurate, so I try not to get too in-depth on things that I know absolutely nothing about. I'm going to do one more lap of this Supercross track, I think. I want to just do a full lap without messing up, without crashing, getting a nice flow, and I feel so much more at home hopping on this X track for some reason than an outdoors one. Oh well, I mean, I've got to do another lap now because I messed up a rim section. Oh, what a shame. Oh, what a shame you guys have to see me do another one. There we go. There's the finish line. So up over here, round the cone, over to the place of the track where I should have gone the first time round instead of being an absolute doofus. Even that triple there's a really nice size. But you can already see on the face of the jumps, starting to get a little bit eaten away already at the 2.5 times deformation. Get over that. Get over that. Oh, no. God damn it. I've got to do another one now. The reach of this track, actually, is it's kind of thrown me off a bit, because I've recorded, I'd say, like 3 videos today. Because I haven't recorded anything the last 2 days, and I wanted to get back on the ball, get ahead of things. So now I'm going to kind of have to push the other videos back that I've done and release this, because when tracks like this come out, it's a special occasion. You know, you've got to hop on them ASAP Rocky and really show them off. Already, the erode in these corners is starting to form so nicely. Actually, I have no idea what gear I'm in half the time either, where I've not got the my max HUD on anymore. Alright, slam on the brakes here. Oh, look at the rut that's forming at the bottom of that. You can feel it robbing your speed on the takeoff as well. I absolutely love it. It's so nice playing a track that just actually changes around you whilst you're playing, rather than doing the same thing over and over. Right, so we step on, step off, tap the back brake. Can we get the quad out? Oh, that quad is a stretch. Jesus. That might be a 450 line. That was a very big stretch there, and I feel like I downside the jump before it actually really nicely. But there's a little something in there. It's nice to know that there's some bigger lines. Same as I think you could probably quad out of that corner there if you was on a 450 as well. Maybe you can do it on a 250 if you really stretch it out, but I'm not going to be sitting here all day trying to hit the same lines over and over again. You can see, look at this one line through the whoops that I've made. But I don't know if that's going to make things easier or worse for me. Let me just try stepping over here. Step over, step on, step off. So yeah, there are multiple viable lines for all these rhythms, which is really nice to see. I really do appreciate it. Definitely tell that I put 2 years of work into this, because it's not been rushed whatsoever. And knowing Ruubs, I've known him for a while, he's not a man that releases things unless he's 110% happy how they've come out. Am I going to get on top of this? Yes, on, off, double over, and try stepping over this. I should probably step on and then step off so I can get a better run around this corner for the whoops. But that is in hindsight. I'm being a bit of a small brain right now. I'm concentrating so hard. I'm sure you can tell when my speech is a little bit stuttered and separated out. Over this. Cheeky triple. Love it. I swear I just saw his logo on that triple. Oh god, oh god. Land it. Yes! Okay, we're still on for a clean lap. It's fine, I've not crashed yet. Over this. I think I prefer stepping on here rather than stepping over. I go and step on, off, and then double into the corner. That gives me just a nicer flow overall. But there you go. That right there is the first SX track. Now I'm going to go over to this one, and I'm not too sure. Let me quickly fly above the map and see which one's got the Daytona-esque layout. So it turns out it's actually the same one. So what you're meant to do is, I'm guessing the track layout will change slightly, so this is the start straight that we ride round, and to carry on the Daytona loop, you actually go through here, and then it starts over in this area. So, not going to be doing the Daytona loop for your video, but it gives you a little bit of an insight as to where you're meant to be going. So you go all the way around here, through this nice little whooped out rollery section, some very nice ruts through here, and then is that I think that from the outside, I think you can triple that. Maybe triple, double, little left, right, and then you jump back on the track here. So yeah, very nicely built. Just a little extra add-on there to make for the third Supercross layout. But let's get our asses over here, over to the orangey dirt type track. Let's get some more laps going. Orangey type track, we've made it. So, round the first corner. Hoping that I'm going the right way. I'm praying. Well, again, some very big whoops. So I think the whoops are probably the hardest part of these tracks, you know. This, hang on a second. I know what track this is. Yeah, no, I know what track this is. Isn't this the track that Amart done all of his GoPro videos? The old Troll Train Supercross videos. Isn't this the track that he was practicing on? I swear it is. I'm not sure, is it? Yeah, no, if this is a little wall jump into this corner. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I'm 100% certain. Yeah, this is the track that Troll Train done his stuff on. Oh, so that's cool. So I have seen some sort of GoPro videos on these things. Oh my god, please go in a straight line. Thank you. So we go on, off. I'm not getting over this, I'm going to roll it. I think that was for the best there. I was going to absolutely wog myself, and then go back onto the start straight, because then he used to go fairly kind of wide on this flat corner and really set himself up for a good run through the whoops. And the only thing that really gave it away is this turning tabletop here. He used to get really like a really nice rut on the face of it in his videos. That's cool. I thought I had like zero knowledge of this track beforehand, but I digress. I do. I know it after all. So I go step on, step off. Oh, I've come up. I jumped it a little bit too far. Go triple and jump all the way out. This one already, straight off the bat, feels like a more difficult layout than the one to the right. This definitely feels like the one where a 450 would come in handy a lot more. Some of these jumps feel like a little bit of a stretch for my, my small little 250. Just trying to work out all the rhythms to do. Coming through sand. Oh, do you reckon you can jump over that? Oh, 100% you can jump over that. Oh, I'm going to try that every single lap and probably keep wadding myself. I'm so sorry. I need to. 100% you can go double, and then if you slam on the back brake, I reckon you can get all the way up and over the little end. Jump over this, slam on the old brakes, back on the start straight, off we go. And I can tell already from the lack of deform, bearing in mind I'm still on 2.5 times, this is much more of a hard pack based track, or hard soil, than the white sand. And it's really nice that he's gone through the effort of making everything as realistic as possible, making the different soil types deform at rates. Then I can go triple, double, hit the left. I think this is like the jump. Yeah, this is the jump where he used to get the guy with the stopwatch all the time, I believe. Yeah, no, I know a thing or two. I'm not a complete idiot. I'm just a little bit of an idiot. What I don't know is how to jump into rhythm sections. This is the track that I'm probably going to spend most of the time on, because it's that little bit more difficult, a little bit more challenging for me. So, oh, there you go. That was clean. I'm sorry, I need to watch that in replay. How close was that? Right, let's see how close this was. I feel like I sat down to bring the bike up into me and dabbed the back brake. Oh, that was close. Hang on, I zoomed in a little bit too far there. Let's go back a bit. Slow it down. That was so close. Oh, barely scraping over it. And made it really nicely into the corner as well. I'm very happy with that. Just that one little feature in the track by itself. Whether it was an intentional feature or not, I have absolutely no clue. But it's so nice. It's so much fun, and it flows really, really well. I'm going to do another handful of laps around here, and then what I want to do to end the video off, which I said I'd do at the start, which I forgot about until now, is I want to tab out and put the track on rain and go and do the swamp track, because I've been told very, very good things by one of the track testers. So, over this, I do want to do a clean lap on this track before I move anywhere, but I'm struggling a little bit around this one. It's definitely more difficult. Also, I feel like you could quad into there if you had enough speed. Right, here we go. Let's try and make this lap a good one. Over the finish line. I'll go around to the right. Get on the gas. Slam on the brakes. Speedway. Back your way into the corner. Try and stay on top of these. And up this tiny little table. Down to the right. Over these little roller jumpy type things. Now this is the section I've been having grief with. So I'm going to step on. Step off. Triple. Yes, lovely. Double. Lovely again. Over the super triple. Oh, barely. Oh, God, I don't think I'm going to have enough speed to triple into this section now. No, I'm not going to check up. Go double. I step over. Yes, step over. Double. Ah, no, I've got to do another lap. I can't get away with that. I need to triple into that rhythm section to make the whole thing flow really, really nicely. Race time. Let's pretend last lap. Second place is right on my... Okay, take two. Race time! Let's pretend second place is right on my arse. I'm winning by 1 point. I need to finish in first place. I need a clean lap. Him in the whoop-de-doos. Gets through them clean. Round to the right. A small little table. Skimming through those. Triple. And it. Round to the left. Step on. Step off. Triple. Dab the back brake. Get up and over it nicely. And then this is a triple as well, not a little double, so send that bad boy. Triple into the corner. Try and carry as much speed as possible. Triple in. What? What? Oh, boing. Survive, survive, survive. He's fine. He's got held up by a lapper behind me. He can't see. Commit to this even though I've not got enough speed. Skirt. Oh, he's sliding out. An imaginary photo finish. The last straight. Stays nice and low. Okay, that was a bit cringe. Okay, I'm going to quickly tab out. I'm going to get the rain on, and I'm going to go and see what this swamp layout's like in the rain. Right, time for us to get a bit wet, boys. So, let's head our way over to the swamp track. I went for the smaller swamp track, just so we can get a couple laps in and get the rough going. And does this... Was that the same start straight? Yeah, it's the same start straight. That's cool. Okay, we used kind of one start for everything. So, up through it. It's a little bit dark. Would it look better without it on? I'll keep the reshade on. Yeah, a bit on the dark side, but I suppose that is an effect of having the rain set in this game. And that's what makes it swampy. But I agree, it looks very, very nice. So let's get a couple of laps in, see how it goes. Try and run some decent laps. That's going to be the important thing. I feel like I was doing the orangey type dirt Supercross track a little bit bad. I won't lie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Ruubs. Don't hate me, please. My issue is I could spend like a couple hours riding around here trying to get some clean laps, but first of all, the file size would be absolutely huge, which I don't want because I'm running low on PC space. I really need to have a clear out at some point. And then secondly, I have a limited amount of time today to making some videos. I've got some other stuff that I need to be doing as soon as I'm done with this. Let's back to the right. Let's keep an eye on the track map where I'm going. So this goes round to the left and then tightens up a bit. And to the right. Oh god, this is a very tight and twisty section here. That's going to be quite difficult when it gets rutted out, I think. Like, very, very difficult. And over this little single and crossing over the ruts, because not like I make a living out of this game or anything like that. It's not like I should actually be good at it. No. I'll get on the brakes. There we go. And then up and over. I can see already. Does rain have an effect on eroding this game? I've never really paid much attention or done any sort of high level erode in the rain before. I don't know if it's placebo or if it's because obviously the swamp track is a slightly different. I mean, the soil might be set up completely differently. But it looks like even just after one lap, she's getting pretty deep, which I am a big fan of. I love it. I mean, on my my Denny server that I've got now, I keep it on one erode all the time, even if there's like 30 or so people, and I make it so that it doesn't reset the track before races. And I know it's not everyone's idea of fun, but for me, I have no better fun in these games than putting myself in the hardest track, the hardest conditions. Really, really do enjoy it. Get up and over there. Oh my goodness! I keep forgetting that single's so small. I keep thinking I've got more room in the corner. I need to check up a little bit more. I think the reason why is because it's so rare to get an actual realistic track in this game these days. I feel like every time I see a jump that it just needs to be sent, I forget that sometimes you do get little rollers into corners that you need to check up for. And you can say, oh, look at it. I feel like... by the way, I guarantee that you guys watching this right now, you probably can't see anything that's going on. Because the rain on the screen, the YouTube compression, it's all going to kind of combine into just probably one blur that you see. So I do apologise for that, but that's more reason for you to just go and get it yourselves, play it and give it a go, try all different track layouts out. I mean, I've not found one thing yet on tracks that I don't actually enjoy, which is quite a rare thing. Usually there's usually at least one thing that I'm like, oh, I don't know, I might change that. But being an absolute massive Supercross guy in this game, the two Supercross tracks that I played, absolutely love. The Nationals tracks are exactly as he said, where they can be ridden at any level. You can be a beginner, go and ride your way around. You can be a pro and just spin a handful of laps, get the road nice and deep, and then make it a little bit more challenging for yourself. I'm so excited to play this online with some people. I did literally, just as I was switching over tracks, I got a notification on my phone saying that old Rumsky came online, and I guarantee that he's playing this track. So once I'm done with myself here, I might go and say hello, see how he's doing, pop into his stream. If you want a little plug, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like MX_Rum, something like that, or Rum_MX, one of the two. Go on Twitch, follow the back-to-back outdoors champ instead of the back-to-back. I'm not back-to-back, except the one-time Supercross champ. Oh god, I've got too high expectations of myself, haven't I? It's going to be embarrassing when I barely scrape like a top 10 at A1, but it's fine. I digress. I think I'm just going to end the video here, to be honest. I've really enjoyable. I think I've shown off enough of what I need to show off to give you guys an idea of just how good this is. Obviously, massive thank you to Ruubs for getting this finished and put out for us. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you guys do as well. And it's so nice just having more of these super high-tier, high-quality tracks in the game. And I think some people just don't realise how difficult this is to do. Even if you had all the time in the world, if your job was making tracks, you still might not be able to make a track this good. You know, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into everything other than the terrain in terms of visuals. So it's so nice to see a track that does both really well. Because quite often you'll get a nice track that flows really nicely, but it might not look the best. You'll get a track that looks incredible, but maybe it doesn't ride very well. And let's be honest, we've got both in one here. This is really, really good. Really well done. And I guess you can finally rest. I was going to say I look forward to whatever you come up with next, but if this one's taken 2 years, I don't know how long the next one's going to take, but I hope there is one. That's all I can say. Really good stuff and really good fun. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this track if you enjoy it and if you're going to give it a go yourself. I love you and leave you. Farewell. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Wanted to make it, I guess. You know I live with the criticisms. People are giving opinion, they put it upon a pedestal. A pendant for your thoughts, but I never asked for change. My work ethic's ridiculous and yours is not the same. I swear to God that I wrote it all with a pure intention. The truest testament with no excessive false aesthetics. You couldn't imagine or fathom the effort I'm exuding. My heart and soul in this ship, and yet they force me